Welcome back. Today we study about tree form, which is more closely related to shape of the tree. Now to understand this, form is the rate of taper of a stem or a log. Now what is taper? It is the decrease in diameter of a stem of a tree or of a log from base upwards. And this taper varies with species, it varies with age, it varies with the site, and it varies with the crop density. Now the taper of different geometric shapes conforms to the equation y square is equal to k into x raised to power b. Now we know that the stem of a tree closely resembles to paraboloid, it may resemble to conoid, or it may resemble to nailoid, which conform to the equations as y square is equal to k into x, y square is equal to k into x square, and y square is equal to k into x cube. Now we know that most portion of the stem of a tree conforms to the frustum of a paraboloid. So dividing the paraboloid equation further as quadratic paraboloid where p is equal to when b is equal to 1, y square is equal to k into x. That is curve of height versus diameter. This is your diameter and this is your height. Curve of the height versus diameter square is a straight line. Now the second is cubic paraboloid where b is equal to 0.66. Now the equation becomes y cube is equal to k into x, means curve of the height versus diameter cube, y cube is a straight line. So to understand this further, we need to visualize the shape of the stem. Now we already discussed that the stem resembles to nailoid, conoid and paraboloid. Now while concentrating at the base of the tree, and if we take a nailoid and we take a frustum out of nailoid, which is this portion, if we place it at the base of the tree, it clearly resembles the base of the tree. Now moving towards the middle portion of the tree, which is this, and we concentrate at the same time we concentrate on a paraboloid, take a frustum of the paraboloid and place it right in place of the middle portion of the stem. It clearly resembles the middle portion of the stem. Now we are left with the top portion of the tree. Now we take a cone, then we take a frustum of a cone and try to place it at the top of the stem of a tree. This is how the form of the tree of our stem gets completed. Now joining all these frustums, you can see here, this is the frustum of a nailoid, this blue portion is frustum of a paraboloid, and this top portion is frustum of a cone of paraboloid. This is how the form of a stem of a tree is formed. Now, there have been various theories that have been put by different scientists, different foresters, and different mathematicians to understand the form of a tree. Among them, there has been nutritional theory and water conducting theory. Then there has been hormonal theory. And finally, there has been Metzer-Gerder's theory, which has the largest acceptance so far. Nutritional theory believes that what tree has to conduct water and minerals and take it to the upper portions of the tree. So at the base it has to be huge, and when to serve this water and nutrients to the whole tree above. When we move upwards from the stem, this requirement decreases because we are covering the most part of the tree, and while reaching the top there is only a little portion left to be fed. So the size of the stem at that point has to be thin. Now there is another theory, hormonal theory, which promotes that the hormones that are produced or originated in the crown are distributed to different parts of the tree, and these hormones would reduce or enhance radial growth at specific locations on the bole and thus affect the bole shape. So it concludes that it is the hormones which are responsible for the different form along the stem of a tree at different places. Now there is another theory, Metzger's theory, which says that a beam of this tree stem acts as a beam of uniform resistance to bending, which is anchored at the base and functioning as a lever, as a cantilever beam of uniform size against the bending force of wind. As we know that trees, whether solitary or in groups, whether in deserts or in temperate areas or in tropical areas, are subject to wind pressure. So the pressure when exerted to the trees, this pressure gets resolved, this force gets resolved from top towards the base, and this with the increasing force. So the maximum pressure is on the base, so that tree reinforces more biomass towards the base.